Hello and welcome to the Happy Hippie channel. This is Julian Hunter here with another message from Spirit. So the cards that came out today would be, this is a throat chakra card. It has what kind of bird is that? A bluebird or a jay? I don't know. I'm not very good with birds, but
sure.
it has a pretty little blue on it. So I was like, I don't know. Self-expression card. This is a throat chakra. It's from the chakra deck. And up here it says vocalization, individuality, inner voice, and assertiveness. From the Osho Zen Tarot deck, we have the Rebel and Experiencing. From the Earth Magic deck, we have the Lotus Flower, Unfoldment. From the Spirit Animal deck, the Spider, Make Your Dreams Real. Love her. She's so pretty. And the Dog Spirit, Be Loyal to What You Love, for all you dog lovers. And we have the Ambition card and the Self-Love card. The Air Element, Communicating. And the 11th House of Friends, which is also the house ruled by Aquarius. Am I clear on what my soul really wants? This is from the Soul Truth deck. Isn't that gorgeous? We have the Isolation card. And then from the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, the World, the Five of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, the Eight of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Two of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Star. So when I flipped these cards out a couple minutes ago, what I noticed, I guess the sense that came over me was that there's something stirring, that it's time for a new energy, and that if you're meant to hear this message today, I think that there is something that you feel like you're missing in life, and maybe been feeling a little bit of isolation and maybe cut off from your friends a little bit. And I think that 2020 and COVID was just crazy for all of us. No matter where you are in the world, it shook our lives up and took away all of the social gatherings and the things that we were used to, and it just completely forced us into learning to live again in totally different circumstances. And but I think with, we just started a new astrological year here with Aries, so it's really 2021 is in full swing, and things are changing and things are feeling different. What I see when I keep looking at these is the Air Element and the 11th House of Friends. Both of those say Aquarius to me. Aquarius is the fixed air element, and it also is the ruler of the 11th house of friends and social circles. So what I keep kind of getting from this is that it's time to take a step back again, like the Four of Swords down here, this contemplation and rest and recuperation, to think, what is it that I feel like I'm missing? And then to take some sort of action for new experiences. And I feel like this reading here is pretty much just friends. And your family may be your friends. You may consider your family friends. So you know who you're missing in your life. You know who you're not spending enough time with. You know who COVID may have taken away some fun things that you had going on in your life, and now it's time to, I think, breathe a fresh breath of fresh air and realize that things are once again evolving. Last year they evolved a lot, but right now they're evolving again, and it's this beautiful unfoldment like the lotus flower. But it's time for us to experience some new things, and it's time for us to stop feeling so isolated. And so what I keep thinking when I'm seeing this message is that there's something maybe socially, maybe it's going to a new restaurant, maybe it's going for a hike and a nature trail, maybe it's going to the beach, maybe it's going through the mountains, maybe it's booking a trip somewhere, maybe it's or maybe you still don't feel comfortable to do that. Maybe it is a matter of calling a friend that you're missing, or texting a friend that you've kind of lost touch with. And maybe you're not comfortable yet going out socially, but maybe it's coming up with a group of girlfriends that meets on Zoom, and do something like that. But I feel like there's a missing social component that is just making you feel isolated, and it's time to, like the Four of Swords, contemplates and thinks about what's missing, thinks about what dream needs to be real. The spider then brings the. So I think with this, it's a matter of, you need to pick up the phone, you need to send the text, you need to make the plans, you need to do something fun to feel like you're reconnecting socially with somebody or a group of people that you're just missing. And then we have the dog spirit of be loyal to what you love. I think if anything, this year definitely taught us what is important and what's not important. The things, that are not important, they've fallen by the wayside, but then it really kind of makes you, know who your friends are and really understand what's important to you. And so this message to me, just out of self-love, you got to take some sort of action, which is where this ambition card, to vocalize some sort of a new plan, a new experience, a new something. You got to throw it out there, and you got to ask somebody. You got to ask somebody to do something. You got to ask them to go to dinner, ask them to go to lunch, ask them to go get a coffee, ask them to talk, call them and talk on the phone, have a text conversation, do a Zoom meeting, book a trip, whatever it is that you're missing, that you're feeling like you want. Down here goes the Five of Pentacles. These guys, they feel left out in the cold. And so the isolation and the Five of Pentacles, those go very, very well together, because these people, everybody else is happy and warm inside, and they're feeling like they're stuck out in the cold and have kind of been left by the wayside. And the Eight of Cups is walking away from those feelings. I don't know about you, Hunter, but one of the things that I've noticed this last year with COVID, and I've talked to a lot of friends and things that we've kind of all agreed on this, when everything so abruptly shut down and everything changed in our worlds, there was a sense of comfort and peace, like, whew, I don't have to go anywhere, I don't have to do anything, clearing away all of those commitments.
I think so, definitely.
Yeah, I think a lot of us, myself included, I know, got really kind of comfortable with not having any commitments, but I think that the energy of this new moon in Aries has brought in is that it's time to once again start some changes and start some fresh new beginnings. So the Two of Wands. Well, the Two of Swords over here is at the crossroads. So the Four of Swords has been really thinking about some stuff. The Two of Swords needs to make a decision. The Two of Swords is kind of at a crossroads. But then the Eight of Cups finally has the courage to go, you know what, this isn't working for me. I want something different. There's something better for me out there. And they turn around and they walk away from those 8 cups in order to go find the 9 and the 10, because the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups is more full, more nourishing, more, so it's time to walk away from maybe the habits that we've gotten into this last year over being a little bit more isolated, and it's time to maybe freshen that up a little bit. So the Two of Wands, this is a great card for setting out on a new journey. So the Two of Wands, he's looking out across the sea, and he's charting a new path, and he's ready to make a decision and sail off in a new direction. The Knight of Cups, also, that cup, I think that social cup is the one that feels like it's missing. So the Knight of Cups is bringing in that little fresh new social energy. And then you've got the World card and the Star card, like bookending these. And that just says to me that it's going to turn out beautiful. Because the World card, the universe has your back. And look at the choices and the, I'm really having a hard time figuring out. There we go. Look at the choices that are in the corners of that card. The choice is yours. What is it that you want? What am I clear on what my soul really wants? You get to pick. You get to choose. Think of, you got a whole fresh new start. You got a whole fresh new year, fresh new energy. What is it that you really want? Listen to yourself, tune in, listen to your gut, and how about maybe this is the time where you try something new and you give that to yourself, and that is going to refresh you. What he's got in that cup right there that's coming in, the new thing that's coming in, that's going to be the refreshing, rejuvenating, reviving energy that you need to sail in on through this year and just live your best life. So I think that is what I see. Hunter, do you see anything you...
Well, as far as anything else that I would see to add is kind of a you do you mentality.
You want to expand on that? Like what sticks out?
Well, I think the self-love is important for everybody to embrace. I feel like the self-expression goes along with the self-love perfectly in that sense. I think that the dog spirit and being loyal to what you love, and I think that really meshes in well on top of the self-love, because you really got to love yourself before you can love others, and that's a very important message to always remember.
Absolutely.
And other than that, I think you nailed it on the head.
Cool. So, well, I hope that this message finds you well. As with always, all of the messages on this channel are intended to be timeless, meaning whether you see it today or you see it 6 months or 5 years from now, your spirit is bringing you this message at the exact moment you needed it. So with that, we would love it if you would subscribe to the Happy Hippie channel, and we look forward to seeing you next time.